What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, it is roasting hot in Plymouth. It is a lovely day. So guess what I'm doing? I'm doing a little bit in here, but then I'm going out to play. Me and Jamie is going to go out for a hoon. Tyres and everything on the bike is pretty much scrubbed in and the brakes, you know, bedded in and blah, blah, blah. I just want to go out and have a play basically. It's all behaving itself. There are, as you know, a few odds and quirks. We've got some new ones as well, which, you know, you're gonna get. But yeah, we're just gonna go out and play. Main reason is Jamie has never had a go on his ZZR. I don't think he's even sat on that one because I think it came in bits. I don't know. Was it complete? I don't even know if it was complete when he got it. But he's never had a go on it, so he's coming out and he's having a go. Seems only fair, doesn't it? I've got some other bits and pieces rocked up as well. So the other day I stuck the, you know, the little plastic cover that was missing. It's a fella, actually it could be a bird, I'm not sure. It's Jan, J-A-N, could be Jan, I don't know, from JP Motorcycles, but he saw the last video of that missing cover, got in touch with me and goes, you know, I've got one. I know they're hard to find, but I've got one and it's all obsolete, do you want it? Yes please. So he sent it through, so that's now on the bike. I went on the other day actually, but we had troubles with the sound and I couldn't mention it. So, they're from JP Motorcycles in Callington, which isn't actually far away from here. But they do like old, obsolete, ex-dealer stock stuff. And I'm rapidly finding bits very hard to find for this bike. It could be a reason there's only 28 left in the UK. But you know, all the plastic little covers and infills, and I can't find stuff like that anywhere. So if you have got an older bike like this and you're finding it hard to get stuff, it might be worth checking out a description and getting in touch with these fellas, because I mean, they seem to do all sorts of Aprilia, Beamers, Honda, you know, it's all obsolete stuff, hard to get stuff. But there is a link in the description, JP Motorcycles, I think it's .co.uk. I don't know, but it'll be down there and I'll stick it up on here someplace as well. But if you're finding it hard, it might be worth giving them a shout. The other thing that's turned up is this. That is a fuel level warning sensor. I'm pretty sure the one on the bike is knackered. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. I also know the bike is quite heavy when you have to push it. I think it's that's at fault, but I just want to sort of meter it and see if it does anything when I dunk it in petrol or water or whatever you dunk it in. But that's what we're doing, so that needs to happen at some point. But for now, I think I'm just going to give it a quick clean before Jamie gets here, because it's a bit dusty. Right, so I'm just checking the manual to see how you test these things, to see if it's working or not. I must admit, I didn't look in here to start off with when I was doing the bike. I just made some assumptions, which I shouldn't do. I should always consult the manual. Obs. But I figured, well, it's just got to be like a resistor, isn't it? So as you submerge it, the resistance changes, and that's what turns the lights off and on, just through some sort of wizardry and circuitry. It sounds actually quite a simple setup, but all I did was, on the one that's in the tank at the minute, I have my multimeter. There's only 2 wires that come out, and it don't matter which way around you put it, so I just measured it and then dunked it in a cup full of fuel just to see if it changed. The one that's in the tank didn't change at all. I've done the same thing with this one, again just assuming, but I wanted to see if it was any different, and I must admit I did stick it in my brew, which was cold. And the resistance did change. So I thought, okay, well, let's just have a quick look in the manual and see what's what. It doesn't tell you to do that at all. Essentially, you take that out of the tank, having drained the tank and got some of the fuel in a container, and then you have to hook that back up to the loom, turn the ignition on, and then it says, then taking great care to avoid the risk of fire, submerge the cylindrical thermistor at the top end of the sensor in the fuel which has been drained from the tank. As soon as the thermistor is submerged in the fuel, both the fuel lamps should be extinguished. Remove the sensor from the fuel and leave it in the open air. After the sensor has been left in the air for some time, both warning lamps should again begin to flash. Could take up to 3 minutes, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand why they've got 2 warning lamps, either one would do. So they don't give you the resistance should be between this and that. It just says plug it back into the loom and have another go, just do it out the tank. What's the point in that? I suppose just to make sure that the end is submerged. Apparently if there is less than 6.5 litres, this, you know, this should start flashing, but it does measure different. It does. I'm pretty convinced that that's the problem. I'm not going to be changing it yet, because when I go on holiday in July, the tank's got to come off and get drained and go to jack. So, you know, the one that's in there has got to come out then. So I'll replace it all then, because I can't be doing with all the hassle. I'll just keep topping it up every other day or something. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Right, what's that? I need to see where Jamie is, actually. Right, I got my days wrong. Jamie's talking about next weekend, not this weekend. So there isn't really much I can do in here today. Reason being is I'm waiting on some stuff to turn up. So I've ordered some replacement bolts for the dash, because I want that turn signal one going. I could do this, but there doesn't really seem to be much point, and you know, because all the tank's got to be drained and stripped again for the 11th of July, because that's when we're off on our holidays. So, you know, I'm just going to leave that until we get back and I can put it all together again. The other thing I'm waiting on is stuff for the forks. So if you remember from the last video, we've got problems with the front forks. The seals are weeping because it's now being used, hasn't been used in 20 years and what have you. So, you know, they are starting to weep, which I'm not happy with. And also the spring is too bloody long. It's supposed to be 438 or something, it's 455. And we think that's got something to do with the problem that I've got with the adjusters not working. I can't get the bike to sit any lower either, which I do want to happen, but I'm not sure if the springs are contributing to it or not, but I'm not going to know until I strip the whole forks apart. So I've got a service kit coming, which is oil seals and like the inner and outer bushings and all that other sort of stuff, dust covers and blah blah blah. I will also think I've found a set of springs. They're still progressive, they're not linear, which by stock I think they're supposed to be linear. I punted him a message going, can you just tell me what the length is please? And if they're right, I'm just going to get them. I'm not putting anything fancy in it, I'm just going stock. That's it. We'll start from there and we'll see how we go, because stock could well be good enough. It rides all right, it's not horrible, it could be better. So we're going to get those and see what's what. So what might happen next week, I don't know, because I really want to stop the forks leaking, or I'm a bit, you know, about riding it, just because it's oil coming out the top, and if it goes down and gets on like calipers and discs and stuff, I mean, that's going to put a dink in your day. It's only a little bit, but in my head a little bit is enough. So if they turn up next week or something, what we might be doing is doing the forks in the morning, and as soon as we've got it all back together again, we'll take off and have a hoon. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. If it has to wait, it has to wait, but that's it. But I am not going to waste a day. It is sunny, I've got the day to myself. I'm just going to go out hooning and you're coming with me. I'll warn you now, the GoPros, well, one of them facing back is just stuck on top of the screen. That one's just going to shake itself to bits. And the other one's still on the lid. I have no idea what the footage is going to be like. There's not going to be a commentary or anything else, because my microphone is doing all sorts of weird stuff and I can't find a way of sticking it in my lid. So it is literally just a ride along. So if that's not your thing now, thank you very much. We'll see you again on the next one. However, if you want to hear what it sounds like, give me a minute, eh?
Right, well that camera's just shaking about all over the place. So in doing that, you can go back in the bag. And we'll just use the one that's on the lid. Yeah, you can go in there. I need to sort out some proper placement of cameras and it's just awkward, isn't it? I don't normally do all this. I'd rather just be in the shop making stuff, but you know. Right, there we are.